Welcome back to my channel, Adventures in America. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I'm going to provide you the latest update at the US Embassy in Manila. There are so many things that we are going to discuss today, but first, I'm going to provide the latest update regarding the K-1 visa processing, and then we are going to move on to the immigrant visa and also other non-immigrant visa. And last will be the tourist visa or B1, B2 visa. So I'm going to provide all this information. I hope that you will tune in until the end of this video. So let's get started. The U.S. Embassy in Manila has rolled out 3 new priority visas. The first priority are immediate relatives, those IR1 through IR5. The second priority are skilled workers or E3. And the third priority are fiancés or K visas. This is the latest visa operations update. Due to the high volume of applicants and consular staffing shortages, wait times for many visa classes are longer than the pre-pandemic norm. Here are the latest wait times for visitor visa: 416 calendar days; for student exchange visitor visas, 14 calendar days; and all other non-immigrant visas, 16 calendar days. Here are the non-immigrant visa priorities: those travelers with urgent travel needs and certain critical categories of travelers such as students and exchange visitors and temporary employees. Also, those who are processing their renewal of business or tourism B1, B2 visas, and those who have biometric appointments for applicants who received their last visa prior to age 14, and those interviewing a limited number of B1, B2 applicants each day. For K1 visa, so these are petition I-29F for those who have a fiancé in the Philippines. Here is the latest update. Let's check the case processing times for K1 visa or petition for alien fiancé I-129F. For California Service Center, the processing time is 13.5 months. It means 80% of cases are completed within 13.5 months or more than a year. Nebraska Service Center, it's 4.5 months. For Potomac Service Center, it's also 4.5 months. Let's move on to Texas Service Center. It is 13 months. And then for Vermont Service Center, the processing time is 5.5 months. Let's move on to the immigrant visa processing. Immediate relative petitions, IR1 to IR5. Most IR visa cases being scheduled for interview were documentarily complete at the NVC in June of 2022. For K1 visa, most K visa cases being scheduled were documentarily complete in June of 2022. Also for employment visas, most current employment-based cases being scheduled were documentarily complete in June of 2022 as well. For family preference visas, most current family preference cases are approved expedite cases. Let's discuss the latest visa bulletin. Here's the September visa bulletin. There are actually no changes from last month's visa bulletin. These are the dates for filing family-sponsored visa applications. So please take note of the category and then the dates of filing. For those who are asking what documentarily complete means, it means that all documents and fees have been submitted at the National Visa Center. If you are interested in knowing the different classifications of visas without interview, or what we call the interview waiver, there are several visas now available without the interview. I actually have a separate video because there are so many classifications of visas and I cannot just put them all together in this video. So I'm going to send the link below in my description regarding the no interview visas. For B1, B2 renewals, these are for tourist visas, B1, B2. And this is not for first-time applicants. If you are renewing, there is an interview waiver available until further notice. Expiration must be within 48 months as announced on December 2021 by the U.S. Department of State. Also, the interview waiver program, which means there is no interview if you meet the eligibility requirements. This has been expanded, so there are more categories of visas or situations where you can have a no visa interview. The first category is that if you are renewing for biometrics, fingerprints only, there is no interview. Second, for applicants ages below 14 and over 79. In addition, for F, M, and academic J visa applicants, these are for students and exchange visitors, there is no interview as well. And lastly, for seafarer airline crew visa reissuance. Let's move on to the B1, B2 or tourist visas. For first-time applicants of tourist visas, the slots available are in year 2024. What are the restrictions to changing appointments? So there are actually rules for changing your scheduled appointments. Applicants are only allowed to reschedule twice, not including the initial appointment, without penalty. If the second rescheduling attempt is cancelled, an applicant will only be allowed to reschedule a new date after a waiting period of 90 days. So please remember this requirement. Please be reminded that even though non-immigrant visa fees are valid for 1 calendar year, options to schedule an appointment are limited. To schedule a non-immigrant interview, for example, for tourist visa applicants, first, a passport valid for travel to the U.S. with a validity date at least 6 months beyond your intended period of stay in the U.S. Second, your visa application or MRV fee payment receipt. No receipt, no interview. Also, your DS-160 confirmation page. Your email address will also be needed. If there are other documents required, please submit it based on visa class. If you are trying to get expedited appointments, you can also request it for emergency travel. Please take note that you must first book a regular appointment before requesting an expedited appointment. For all of you who have a pending interview coming up, you need to show up during your interview and follow all the instructions. For all of you who are waiting for their petitions to be approved, or if you are waiting for your interview either for any categories of immigrant or non-immigrant visas, please follow all the instructions if you receive a notice from the NVC or National Visa Center or the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. is really strict when it comes to following instructions. So if you fail to follow the instructions, your processing will be delayed or it could be denied. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.